Who is the driver who has accumulated more than 100 wins, 8 track championships, and 1 state championship in the span of 6 years?
Hi, my name is Kercie Young. I'm 13 years old. I live in Bakersfield, California. I drive the number 17 Inex Bandolero, and I've been racing for 7 years.
Kercie has been racing since she was 7 years old. As she tells it, she first showed up at the racetrack with a borrowed race car just so she could watch the race from the infield. She never had any intention of competing. The first time Kercie tried her hand at driving in Mini Dwarf, she scared herself. So her father set up a track behind the business, and she learned how to drive in the parking lot. From there, the desire to race was born. She wanted to run the number 7 on her car, but the number was already taken. So she added a 1 in front of the 7 and has raced the number 17 ever since. In 2013, she started competing on dirt tracks around California. Bakersfield Speedway, Santa Maria Speedway, and the Rocky Hill Speedway in Porterville. Her average finish was 8th, with her highest finish a 4th in September.
We will be green flag racing.
Ladies and gentlemen, getting ready for the first main event of tonight. It's the Junior Mini Dwarfs.
And it's a crazy start.
They're still taking the tire with them. The tire's going.
The guys, come on, run to it, run to it, run to it. And no caution.
Wow, Chloe Jones, your leader in the number 7.
Oh, that could have been big. We're stacking them up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Low Budget TV coverage of the Danny Simpkins Memorial here at Santa Maria Speedway. It's a Sunday, that's right, Sunday night racing here September 1st, 2013. Getting ready for the restart here, lap number 1. Chloe Jones in the 76 is our leader, the number 1 of Kylie Forrester. Second, the 17 machine of Kercie Young is in the 3rd spot. Green flag in the air, and we're back to racing. It was an exciting start, so I can only imagine what the rest of this race has in store for us.
I knew I'd like this track for the main events, and here it is.
It's a 15-lap race.
Oh,
Kylie,
more tires.
Yep, Chloe Jones getting into the tire. Oh, boy. Doc Stater up and over something else in this race. Taking it a little easy here, lap number 9. Now 10 on the board. 5 laps to go for Forrester.
Egan's chasing down Young in that number 17 machine. Can Egan get around the 17? Young.
Well, look into the inside. The 17 of Young off the racetrack.
Oh, I missed that one.
May have had some contact with Egan. Egan now in the 3rd position.
Kercie's first year racing put her on a steep learning curve. Not only Kercie, but her parent. Kercie's dad, Brad, was a former dirt track driver. Her mom, Heather, grew up at the famed Mesa Marin Raceway, where her dad was the head track official. Even Kercie's youngest sister, Allie, started racing a few years later. It definitely was a family activity.
Things are getting interesting already, but this is a...
Kercie didn't hit her stride until she started competing on the asphalt track at KCRP. What she learned on dirt was the key to her success on asphalt. Where loose is a way of life on dirt, loose is fast on asphalt. In June 2014, Kercie won her first race. From that point on, winning became the ultimate goal.
All right, so Kercie's over there. Kercie, you are how old again? Tell me again.
8 years old.
8 years old, and you race in what class?
Junior Mini Dwarfs.
And you have won how many times this season?
Twice.
Twice? Okay, and yeah, I do have a picture. Here's by the way, here's another Bando race with Tyler, and here's Kercie's car. This is like a little truck almost in this one, right? Is that right? What am I looking at here? Okay. And how many? So you've won twice. And what grade are you in again?
I'm going into 4th.
4th grade. And when you go to Subaru?
Yeah.
All right. And how long have you been racing for?
This is my 2nd season.
And do you like it?
Yeah.
And you race at both, so you race pretty much every weekend, right? Because you race at both tracks, right?
Yeah, this week I'm off.
So dirt track racing versus the pavement, what's the difference between it? How do you like either one of them?
I like the pavement track better because it's more smooth.
It's more smooth, but is driving on the dirt like really challenging?
Yeah.
So you're learning pretty well from both places. Then it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
All right. What's that? We're almost there. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here's by the way. Here's what happened here in this race in this picture here.
That was my trophy dash win.
Nice. Very nice.
That's your main event win.
Main event win. Yeah. So you've had a good season. You got a big trophy there. You got a nice picture with everybody. What's next for you? Or do you move up in another class then?
Probably bandoleros.
So you're going to go into the bandos. So he's going to go out to Legends, and you're going to take him to go into the bandos.
In 2015, Kercie graduated to the senior mini dwarf class. 2015 also saw Kercie strapping into the larger and faster bandolero. At some races, she had double duties, competing in multiple heats and mains. And Kercie started winning a lot. She competed in 33 races with an average finish of 4th. Her dominance was unmistakable, winning 50% of her races and capping off the season on her way to her first senior mini dwarf asphalt track championship. Kercie won 11 races and finished in the top 16 times. In the bandolero, Kercie was quickly adjusting to her new car and the new tracks. She competed at the Irwindale Speedway in addition to KCRP. She raced the bandolero 11 times, averaging 4th place finishes, with her highest finish in 2nd in June at KCRP.
Next champion in the senior mini dwarfs did something that was just unbelievable. Every race that she entered in the 2015 season, she was the winner. 8 races, 8 top 5s, and 8 wins, sweeping the entire season. Driver the number 17 and your senior mini dwarf track champion, Kercie Young.
In 2016, Kercie continued her winning ways. She continued to compete on dirt and asphalt, primarily at the Bakersfield Speedway and KCRP. Her average finishing position was 3rd. In bandoleros, Kercie competed in 10 races, getting her first win in August. She finished in the top 8 out of 10 races. However, in senior mini dwarfs, Kercie continued her domination. In 19 races, she won 9 times and placed in the top 13 times on her way to winning her 2nd KCRP track championship. Kercie has captured the attention of fans, especially younger fans, wherever she goes. Her outgoing personality off the track and her winning ways on the track has made her very popular with adults and kids.
Winning 15 out of 16 races in the last 2 years, your 2016 senior mini dwarf champion, Kercie Young! So darn proud of you and not only the young lady you've become, but a fantastic race car driver. You're so welcome. I got the pleasure of meeting you, 4 years ago, I think, when you first started on this journey, and wow, you've been so dominant out here in the senior mini dwarfs, back-to-back championships, and I look forward to presenting you that champion's trophy at this year's meeting. And I know you for 2016, 24
She represents her sponsors and Kern County Raceway very well. She had 8 top 5s, 7 wins, and accumulated 398 points in the senior mini dwarf class in 2016. Your 2016 and back-to-back senior mini dwarf champion, Driver of the number 17 car, Kercie Young.
When 2017 rolled around, dominance was the theme. Asphalt seemed to suit her as she just absolutely dominated wherever she went. In 20 races, she never finished lower than second, winning 18 times, and for the third year in a row, winning the Senior Mini Dwarf Track Championship at KCRP, along with her first Bandolero Track Championship. Wherever she went, she won, and won big.
Cody Kimley bringing the field back to the green. Lap number 9. We are counting cautions for all the races. And back to green they go. So now can Kercie Young do anything with your lead right now? She is on the rear bumper of Kimley. Here comes Riley Davidheiser in the third spot, looking for second. And these two duking it out still back here. Seth Wise trying to get by Massey in the 04 machine. But Kercie Young slowly reeling in the 48 of Kimley. He's going to bobble. Here comes Ung to the inside. So Kercie Young making the pass into turn number 3, completes the pass, and your new leader on lap number 12. 3 laps to go, but now she goes wide, and Kimley now trying to put a peek to the inside. Battle for the lead continues on, side by side across the line. 2 to go, and you see the smoke, you see them rubbing on each other. Donuts being applied, bumpers, contact, and into the wall. Your top 2 in the fence in turns number 3.
Kercie has heart. She is such an unassuming personality. She is down to earth and a normal 13-year-old off the track. But make no mistake, she is a fierce competitor on the track. While she will race you with respect, if you rough her up in the race, she will hit back. With the beginning of 2018, Kercie continued the dominance theme. Only this time, it was in the outlaw class of the Iron X Bandolero division.
Here we go, Bandolero racing, and Tommy's in the house, it looks like. Green flag.
For their first of 2 main events.
Side by side for the second position, Kercie Young is going to take over the spot from the 71 machine of Jake Bowman.
So the top 2 duking it out here for main event win number 1.
Kercie going to try it again, gets a good run out of turn number 3 with 7 laps to go in this main event. Kercie has position. She's there to the inside of Seth Wise, battle for the lead into turn number 1. 6 laps to go, and Kercie Young doesn't quite have it cleared. Clearance. But here comes Wise. Wise to the inside for the lead. Wise leaning sideways. This is short track racing, ladies and gentlemen. And these are just the youngsters. These are just the kids getting started. We're going to be doing it in front of our eyes for years to come. Kercie Young with another crossover. Yo, they're going to somehow make it through. I thought for sure they were going to have contact. 4 laps to go. And don't count out the 71 machine. Are we going to go 3 wide for the lead into turn number 1? They're battling. I don't know who has the advantage, folks. It's close and it's tight. Down the front straightaway, Seth Wise leads that time with 2 laps to go. And off the pace, 3rd place, the 71 machine. Broken over in the turn and gonna make it to the pit area, but still door to door to turn number 4 with lap traffic coming into play. They're going to close in on Daniel O'Donnell. The white flag is in the air. Who has the better line? Kercie Young takes the lead. A last lap pass, one last try for Seth Wise out of turn number 4. Kercie Young takes main event number 1.
And have you ever seen her trophy run?
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
So we had a discrepancy on the number of races that she competed in as well as number of races that she has won because she's raced at so many different tracks. And so the numbers I came up with, she's raced in over 200 races, has won 101 races. That's including heats and mains, but a win is a win, right?
Right.
Finished in the top 3 in 74% of her races.
It's pretty impressive.
8 track championships, 1 state championship. That's for someone who's been racing for 6 years, who's only 13 years old. And I know there are kids out there that have those kinds of numbers, but can't be a lot of them.
No.
I mean, what's your thoughts on that? That's just amazing to me.
Well, I think the commitment that her family has shown from day one is paramount to that.
Oh, yeah.
Because it started as a hobby, but she's a pretty quick study, learns very well, very quickly, and listens to what the folks around her are trying to tell her. She's very coachable, and not only can hear it and understand it, but also put it into action. That's what I think is most impressive about her, is that you can explain to her what the car is getting ready to do, and she'll go out there and feel it and actually be able to translate that into going faster in the race car. She's done that since day one, it seems to me. I've seen the learning curves when she goes from the junior mini dwarf to the senior, then into the bando. I've been able to witness that firsthand when she was chasing down the McClinney race cars. That she just kept getting faster and faster and faster. And towards the end of the McClinney's run in the bando, Kercie was right there.
Yeah.
And so when she jumped from the mini dwarf, which the competition level is fair, right. But when you go to the bandos where the competition level really takes a pretty big jump, she was able to be competitive within a year, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah. What do you think her potential is? And I talked to Mike Griffith a little bit about this, and of course his attitude was, well, she's going to be moving into a different class, and kids change, and this and that, and he's right, but it seems to me, so I'm just curious what you think her potential is.
I think her potential's high. What changes when you go from local to regional, or local to or a smaller race car into a larger, like a junior late model?
Right.
A lot of these young men and young ladies that, these are kind of the best of the best, right?
Right.
I mean, we've seen state champions, we've seen the McClinney's, the Reef family, I think I'm pronouncing their last name correctly, with the junior late models. Those guys are moving into that, and it's kind of like the All-Stars. The competition level, not only does the financial investment and the time investment,
Right.
but the talent increases, right along with it. It's in direct correlation, right?
Right.
As the talent increases and you're moving up to the next level, so does that financial responsibility and the need for more sponsors. Do I think potentially, does she have a great opportunity? Absolutely. We talk about Danica Patrick not having an impact on motorsports. Well, I completely disagree with that, because now we're starting to see it.
Right.
It was a news story 15 years ago, but now we're starting to see that generation of all drivers,
Yeah.
not just female drivers, but Danica was the focus then, because it's such a male-dominated sport when
Right.
when she came into the picture, not only in IndyCar, but also NASCAR.
Right.
I mean, we know there's been one or two, but not on a national stage like that with great equipment like Danica had. But now we're starting to see that ripple in the pond really start to take effect, right? Haley Deegan is
Yes.
another example. I think coming right along at the right time. She's very marketable. She's a very talented driver. Also started on dirt in a sense, right, with off-road trucks. And you want to talk about sliding around. I mean, that's everything's feel and throttle control with those, right? Back to Kercie's potential. Yes, she has a tremendous amount of potential. What I've seen
Right.
is, it's about a year or one race season before she's, competitive.
Right.
I think if planning's done right, there's some financial sponsorships there that are willing to get behind her. I think she's got a good shot. And whether it's on the local level and doing it for the remainder of her adult life, or a shot at doing some regional and possibly national stuff, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you haven't noticed with the debut of Kercie Bandolero racing effort, her cars have always sported the bright pink paint scheme. Kercie was younger, her aunt was diagnosed with breast cancer, a disease that eventually claimed her life. In honor of her aunt and in honor of all women who've tackled breast cancer head on, Kercie campaigns the pink in their honor and memory. In 32 races, Kercie finished an average of second. She'd won 20 races, finishing in the top 3 29 times, winning a second back-to-back track championship at KCRP and her first track championship at Willow Springs.
My dream is to make it to the NASCAR Monster Cup Series. Next year, I will be driving the number 17 stock car in the junior late model division at Madera Speedway. What I like about racing is being able to have fun, seeing all the racing fans, and being able to meet new fans. I hope to grow the sport for girls my age and hopefully achieve my goals in racing. When I think about racing, I think it's an open sport, but when other people think about it, they think it's a male-dominated sport. I want to change that.
The winningest
next Bandolero champion. Here now, ladies and gentlemen, she wins the national qualifier. She wins the main event, and she wins the track championship all in one night. You know it's a